Welcoming you back to Crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. Hope you're enjoying your lovely Easter weekend. We are looking at the Bitcoin structure, still hovering at $84,000-$85,000. We really have no conclusion to this story until the month of May comes in. Now, traditionally, friends, May has always been trash in crypto, but it's almost like it's an opposite cycle. So instead of selling May go away, it might be buying May gone away. And by the way, yeah, May has always been the horrific runaway month. Firstly, last year, May, it was selling May go away. Look at that. So if you sold, but here's the thing, right? Bitcoin went down 18%, but altcoins got ravaged even harder. Okay, they dropped another 70% here. We got destroyed. If you even go back to, let's check out May as well, friends. May, altcoins got ravaged here from May down to September. I mean, like PulseChain launch, for example, they dropped 80%. So that's 2023. If you look at May of 2022, I mean, I don't have to even tell you what happened here. Selling May go away. Oh my gosh, we're already down here in the edge. Just bear market came. That's 3 out of 3 times, man. 1, 2, 3. What about selling May go away? Oh, absolutely. China, evil Chinese government came and ruled our bull market, dropped it 50%, killed the whole bull market. Dropped Bitcoin 50%, dropped altcoins down freaking 75% in literally like 6 hours. And it was pretty much all over. Horrific. Man, that's wild. What about 5 years ago? Okay, 5 years ago, no, it was buy in May, go away. But this is actually quite dog shit as well. So that's wild, man. Like, and by the way, just historically, May's always dog shit. May is always garbage. Yes, very, very high rate. May is trash. But is this time going to be different? Yeah, it is. Why? Because I said so. Because this time was different for January and February. Yeah, we weren't meant to be down these garbage. We were not meant to get to it, all of these. Now, as well, we are going to be looking at the weekly candle structure. Not moving much over this weekend as well. Coming out and cranking it out here. Remember, because American markets, friends, are closed. It's Easter weekend. Yeah, there's nothing else really that's going on at all. Seems like there's been a total reset out here, especially in sentiment. There's nothing we can do when there's 5 red monthly candles. Now, it's very interesting, right? Because the pDAI narrative is very unicorn-ish, it's hard for people to do this, but you actually have to put them in the same pack as Ethereum. That's what I'm here to tell you to do, friends. So I'm here to tell you, you are my friend. Yes, pegged. But that's what you, look, trust me, friends. I've seen all the stories. All of them grip you. All of them. Every single one. Go to XRP, go to Cardano, go to Stellar, go to Tron. Go to Ethereum, go to Arbitrum, Optimism, right? Go to look at Bitcoin, friends. The narratives grip you every single way. There's a character, there's a story, there's things could be over, and the prices are low, really bad stuff happens. Like, oh, remember the Ripple CEO gets hacked, loses like $300 million at the low? All these things appear, friends. Like, and then on the top of the good news, on top of the green candles, all the good news appears. All the good news appears. So just every single one. That's why when you look at that pDAI, for example, we're like, but this is unique and it could be $1 and this needs collateral. I know. I'm just telling you, like, good stuff happens on the way up and bad stuff happens on the way down. Like the community as well, friends, in disarray out here. PulseChain, PulseX, it's all the same. We're looking at, oh, what about the SEC? What about the judge? I know. That's why, man, you're in this game long enough, friends. It spooks the crap out of you. Because you're like always thinking, hey, Mr. Universe, are you really sure that this is like a top signal, but it looks so good? Yeah. Or you're like, hey, universe, are you sure this is a buying signal? Because it looks really, really, really bad. Like there's no confidence. There's potential hacks. This person's jumping. Yes. They are, man. They are. I know. It's wild, friends. What I'll do is play some Pikachu music. You're going to cop it, friends. You are going to cop it. You are going to make it. Now, I'm going to crack on with some just overnight news and macro stuff out here. So there's been new pDAI story progression, but I'll probably speak about that just a bit shortly after, friends. And yeah, it's been wild. So basically, yes, none of the prices have moved or anything. All right, price ain't moving. And there's been some disgusting non-events of things happening. But there's been some hints that there's been a new address. Okay, so look, I don't know the relevance of this. I'll just give you a quick snippet. I don't know the relevance of this new address, but we know its actions. Its actions are it has redeployed a MakerDAO VAT and VAL contract. So it's done a redeployment. Now, I don't know if we're meant to be looking at this thinking the next story progression is to redeploy MakerDAO. I don't know if that was what we're meant to be thinking. Or were we thrown a bone where we're like, hey, people are building stuff. Look here. The story's going to progress. So I don't know which one it is. Is it a test? Is it whatever? I don't know. Okay, no conclusive evidence. I can't make the story up. I don't know. I just believe something's going to work out. Okay, but that's why I wanted to give it out here. Just give you that quick snippet before we'll continue more about on it later on. Okay, the White House, friends, has said President Pump is studying whether he has the ability to fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell, which is obviously one of the most. It is funny. It is funny to me, and I hope he does it. Screw him. Cut the rates. I need a bull market. I need an alt season. It's been 5 years. We've been scammed out the yin yang. You've been taking forever to cut the rates. Inflation's going down. It's all Fugazi trash anyway. They're firing heaps of these shitty, useless government workers who are just fluffing up the unemployment and the job status out here. I think it's time to do it. Now, what I've seen, friends, is, do you know the interesting, right? The average S&P 500 move, I think someone showed like this, like if you do these 10% drops or whatever, what happens? On average, they look like this: a double bottom and then like a rise up. That was the seasonal average if you look at all of its historical data. Some say data. That'd be interesting, right? If it does play out like this, and then crypto has to like hold as it does this. It's kind of funny. I think I saw a blockchain backer as well. He says, well, if the stock market come and does this, hopefully crypto is like holding nicely. Maybe crypto's up higher, and then we like get taken down, and people lose confidence a bit again. So what could that look like? Just guessing. It could look like, firstly, some strength, right? Maybe some strength up, and then like there's that double bottom, some strength up, that double bottom, and we go down. Everyone thinks it's over, and the stock market bottoms, and we continue in buy and main, go away. Now, I don't know exactly how that's all going to resolve itself. Someone's going to be wrong here, because here is the global liquidity, and it's just, it doesn't have real, like, oh, maybe the stock market does do a double bottom right now, and crypto just does this. Bitcoin just goes like down to 81K. That could happen actually, but like, yeah, something's gonna snap soon. And look at these, friends; they're still printing a crap load of money, making new highs. Interesting. This would imply 2nd of August. We're still moving up, but we gotta wait for the whole month, right? Because it could top out by July, the month of July, and then go down. But that implies May, June, July is up. You're like, yay, 3 months. Yeah, but bro, we've been going down for 5 years, dude. We didn't give a shit about 3 months. Do you understand how robbed and rigged it feels like right now? I get it, man. I completely get it. OTHERS-btc still at pathetic worst levels ever. It's down round tripped. Congratulations, you're back to May 2017 levels. Man, friends, this is the most irrational, stupid pricing I've ever seen. The altcoin market is literally saying it has made zero progression in 8 years. Yeah, almost 9 years. You're telling me we've made no progression in 9 years? We made MakerDAO. We made Ethereum layer 2s and all these other things come out. We made Solana. We made improvements in the wallets. We put DeFi. DeFi got created, literally got created. Uniswap, Chainlink oracles, Binance fueling everything. You're telling me altcoins have made no progress since 2017. I think you're wrong, market. But by the way, like, yeah, remember the friends that saying market can remain irrational a lot longer than you can remain solvent, which is very, very true, that statement out here. Ethereum's ETH-BTC ratio is still floppy wheelie doodle. Not going to change, man. That's why, friends, I'm leaving this on the monthly candle, right? Everyone's looking at this daily and the 4 hour. They mean nothing, man. They just mean nothing. Look at the monthly. Yeah, unless you get this candle green, it's trash. Probably going to finish, hope it finishes green. You never know. It does some vertical snap back up and then do some little double bottom thing out here. Now, we are hopefully going to see some conclusion to this Donald Pump versus Jerome Powell saga, because this saga, well, you know, friends, it's not about the crypto 4-year cycle. Yeah, it's the global liquidity 4-year cycle. Yeah, it's the debt rollover cycle. They've been rolling over the debt every 4 years, but deadline's in June. Yeah, what are they going to do? Well, Trump. That's why, friends, it's April. Yeah, that's why Trump was like waiting. Oh, the economy's slowing down. He's going to have to cut the rates. He's not. He's not. He wants He wants better financing rates ahead, right? So they're not cutting the rates as much. Like there's only 15% chance of a rate cut. And yes, now if they do cut it, they'll be able to roll it over for another 4 years. They get a big spending boost, and that's trillions of dollars, remember, of rollover. So every interest point matters a lot. If they can't do it, well, we're seeing it playing right now. He wants to get rid of Jay Powell. Someone else comes in, cuts the rates, and there'll probably be some giant sugar rush. And they're just going to any recession or anything that comes from here, it's all going to be blamed on the Fed. You already know Trump's already going to be like, no, I'm not taking the blame politically. You're going to take the blame. Yes, it's coming down to the wire. I have thrown out something though. Okay, I've thrown out this unexpected scenario, which never happened before, where they roll over the debt just 6 months, right? Just to give him more time. He cuts the rates, and then like in December, they do the money printer, and then that might run us towards next year. You have 2 alt seasons next year instead. But we haven't done that yet. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know if it's possible. I just threw it out there because that would actually translate and shift everything. Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out. It's all outside of our control. But just to give you an idea of like all the poopiness going on. You've seen already, friends, the business ISM still way below 50 for 29 months. Friends, it's going to be like that. Like I think in like a week or two, we'll see ISM, the forecast. It's probably right now. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by how the last month has gone. Like if this is going to go down like 48 and we're like, oh my God, now it's month 30. It might be like 32. We might actually hit the whole record, man. That'd be wild if that happens. But I've also got this important ratio, which I've left out here. This is like, you really want to see structurally why our altcoins are garbage. It's the Russell versus the stock market. The Russell is the US small cap shit coins, and this is the S&P 500. So this thing has oscillated over like decades, yeah? And look at this, friends. See these green circles? That's cycle 1 for crypto, cycle 2 for crypto, cycle 3. Do you see how the ratio is like it's above 0.5 pretty much? On the right-hand side, it's above 0.5. So it was up here like 60%. You see this? This is like really good. This is strong altcoins. Now we've like calmed down. Okay, the US small cap shit coins are in a weak period, and that's where we are like literally right now. So if we're going to see any sort of friendship, I guess we need like some giant Russell move up like that, and then maybe we'll get the alt season here. And if we're lucky later on, we get another one, whatever. But it'll be the whole year. Depends on the whole year. Actually, I'll just probably draw a circle around that year. So look what even happened, friends, in the zombie virus. So look at this. Zombie virus was pretty much here. Zombie virus was here. Russell 2000 went down. And look what happened. It came back to March 2021. It came back and it peaked up here. You want to know something interesting? Business ISM also peaked in March of 2021. It peaked early, and then everything was down only after that point. Look how good it looked, by the way. What I want to just show you is look. Oh, I can't do a replay for this, but look what it looked like. Look what it looked like. Like it looked so good, didn't it? Like all you could see was that. Look how good that looked, man. You're like, oh wow, we're gonna come back up. No, that was the top, and it came back down. Also, technically, friends, remember we are the year after the Bitcoin halving. Traditionally, this is meant to be the year. You're just meant to be selling every week. You're meant to take up profits. It's just the prices are like so low, man. We never had an alt season, man. We never had more than one green month in a row. We just had one green month back to red every single time. So that to me, why I like, dare I say, this time is different. Yeah, I mean, like it ain't different. It's it's the same. It's dog poop until they roll over the debt. You know, so when people say, oh, this time is different. No, you're looking at calendar days. If you look at actions and macro events, this time is actually the same. Yeah, they just haven't done the rollover yet. When they do the rollover, things start. We're literally coming it down to the wire out here. President Pump said he had nice conversations with China. So here is President Winnie the Pooh with President Pump as well. He said negotiations are going good. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I mean, like, just don't kill each other, man. Can you guys not kill each other? Just push it back a few years because I want to see my bags pump after 5 years, please. Ford suspends shipments of F-150 trucks and other cars to China. So if you are in the lovely country of Switzerland, okay, this is Spa. I don't know what Spa is, but it looks like some nice supermarket. It has to be Switzerland. Look how clean these roads are. Oh my gosh, you could eat off these roads. Damn, man, this is nice, friends. So Spar Supermarket now accepts Bitcoin payments in Switzerland, the land of Swiss. Now, here's the thing. Why I put this up is it's a common retailer trap to think, oh, bullish for adoption. They now accept payments. No, it's a sign of maturity and that you're late. Because when you accept payments, okay, that means you are spending the currency, which means you no longer want it. Yeah? Like you spend fiat. Everywhere accepts fiat. Do you want to hold fiat? No. Do you want to hold the US dollar? No. You want to hold the future US dollar? Like, tongue in cheek, man. So, it doesn't help for your store of value. Store of value means it's locked up and it's hard to actually get to. It's in a vault. Yeah. That's also why, friends, Hex's liquidity has always been thin. Richard does staking for it, and like it has low velocity. You don't want high volume and high velocity. People don't store that stuff. They dump it down over time. So this is one of the common retailer traps. Like they think, oh, it's going to be so bullish. Friends, we might find as well, but hopefully like Doge is over $1 in this cycle and hits like a $2 or something. I hope it does. There's something ridiculous. And then Elon accepts it as payments on Twitter. And everyone will think, oh, it's just getting started, $10 next. And we're like, no, bro. The time to buy it was when the founder of Doge was literally selling it in 2015. You're up like 8,000 X by that point. You're up 4,000 X right now from that point. Since 2015. That was the time to buy. Not when Elon Musk, the world's most popular man, takes it as his little child and wants to now make it some sort of amazing currency out there. That means like you're getting later and later towards the stage. But it's a common trap what people think about it. Also have this funny picture from Mr. K9 as well. So the pDAI story and progression of the narratives. Ling Long Viet Dong out here. Scam Long Dong is probably the president of Scam Long Dong. Ling Long Viet Dong and then Caddy the Pegger. These are awesome pictures, by the way. Really look like Street Fighter characters. So, yeah, you're like saying, hey, what happened to Scam Long Dong's big fat dong? His Vietnamese dong, what happened? Well, he's gone now. The exploit is done. And you go, oh, that's good. No, because the person who rescued us from the exploit dropped this thing down to 0. And you're like, oh, it doesn't look like a nice rescuing, actually. I know, that's why everyone's angry. They're like, oh, I rescued you. Sell your coin down to 0. That's what I mean, rescue me, bro. It reminds me of the Richard Hart stuff. I'm going to rescue you from gas fees on Ethereum. Send it down to 0. It's like, friends, sometimes whenever I watch some of these cancer research videos, they'll bring like this scientist. They always say the same thing. They go, we got no problem of killing cancer. No problem. The problem is you kill the patient too. Right? So you just go drink some bleach. Bleach kills cancer. Yeah, that's what they say. And like the problem is though, you're going to kill the host as well. So that's kind of like what we're seeing here. Like, oh, we didn't just, you know, that whole cut off the nose to spite the face. Yeah, this is like, yeah, it's just, but look, the story's not done. And that's why I remember, that's why I gently, in a very family-friendly way, told you, look, man, when you see stories and narratives and all these friends, they're all fugazi, dude. They're all fugazi, all right? Ethereum is 5 red monthly candles, man. There's no coming up. There's nothing good. Nothing. You got fart coin because hot air rises. You got 1 or 2 things, but that's, friends, it's literally like in a recession, everyone's trying to kill themselves. When you go, oh, the tobacco store's making a lot of money because people are stressed and they want to smoke. Wow. Yeah, congratulations, man. Okay, that tobacco store got an extra $40,000 of GDP boost for the year. Okay, sweet, but we lost 18 trillion in the economy. You know what I mean? Like, you just be ready. There's always some sort of like winner. It's just in a bull market, most people are winning. Yeah. In a like, you have to call this a bear market. This is, friends, this is bear market territory. Okay, look what, like, Ethereum didn't even do 3 red monthly candles in its last actual bear market. Right? It did no more than 3. You know, and then it had a bounce back. And everyone was saying, oh, this is a bear market. Okay, if that's a bear market, bro, then what the hell is 5 red months in a row? What is that? Okay, 5. Well, the last 6 out of 7. Out of the last 8 candles, yes, 7 were red. 7 out of 8 candles red. You're like, oh, I don't care what that is, bro. That's a bear market. So, right, we are in one, like right now. But then what? So I guess it just came out of nowhere. Now, but here's the thing is, do you think we're going to be in a bear market 12 months from now? I don't think so. Because when we had 3 red monthly candles here from June, if you are bearish 12 months later in June, you are really, really, really wrong. Really wrong. Because you're bearish, I mean, like, it's still higher than now, but $1,800 ETH, look what ends up happening. It goes up and it pumps up again. So you never know. Look, this could be one giant biblical reset that we don't appreciate until later, but we get to see what happens, I guess, with that debt rollover. Also want to give you some updates in the pDAI community out here as well, friends. So basically what's happened is, I don't know the full story, man. I don't know, there's thousands of things. So we have Mr. DcentraliseMe. He had a marketing fund, okay? I think he had 100K in it. And then pDAI, literally, Caddy basically sold it to zero and said, hey, I'm rescuing you guys. Here, let me send this to zero. And then down here somewhere, I think he put in like 5K or something. Okay, I think he got like 10 million pDAI. I think he used 5K. I don't know how much he used. Anyway, he did it. It's just $5,000, bro. It's $5,000. And by the way, just to let you know, it's the best brother knows, Richard himself used $600 million to buy the USDC depegging in March 2023. Okay, so I want to remind you though. So if you want, look, this is why we're never going to be told the truth about pDAI, friends. Use Mr. DcentraliseMe as an example. The guy used $5,000. He bought the dip. He actually, it's restored now. It worked. He's got an extra 10 million pDAI supply. And he actually tweeted he'll be selling it over time to cover marketing costs as it goes up, right? There's some like, look, I don't know what else. I got to use this word. You're a bit of a fart sniffer. Okay, like, I don't know what else to use. Yeah, it's look very, oh no, legally, I'm going to go take you to court. Bro, just shut up and sit down. What are you going to sue him for? Hey, there's $5,000 that I put into a wallet, which I have no expectations of, which went into an anonymous wallet on the internet. I want a part of that. Yeah, bro, then 1,000 people are going to come sue him with you and you're going to get $5 each. And you've wasted 18 months and by then probably pDAI's like well in profit, dare I say, hopefully $1. But even if it's just 1 cent by then, it's way higher than here. That's like 15x away. Even if it's just 1 cent in 12 months, that's a long, you know? It's a waste of time, man. And by the way, Richard, literally, that's why I'm just pointing this out to you, okay? You guys want Richard to tell you the truth about pDAI, yet when DcentraliseMe uses a tiny 5K to buy the dip, you want to legally crucify him. So, I'm not defending anyone. I'm just telling you there are consequences for your actions, yeah? One of the consequences, you say, oh, there's consequences. No, bro. The consequence of you crying about it, okay, that is a signal to everyone else out there like, oh, okay, I'm not going to tell him shit. There's always that one, because that one person, friend, look what happened legally. Richard took him to court. Friends, we had to get Judge Aunty Carol. Richard luckily had millions and millions of dollars to pay for the lawyers. So Judge Aunty Carol can look at him and go, oh, when you put your money into a wallet, it's theirs. There's no expectations of it, right? She basically said that. She goes, I don't care what he does with it, right? So now you all know why Richard and Maria want nothing to do with you guys publicly. And there you go. So, but friends, that's just life, man. You know, there's one bad apple who likes sniffing farts, other people's farts, right? When you're a fart sniffer yourself and then you have a mouth, you're just a bit too dangerous. Now you're like, oh, legally, I would like to go get my entitlement at that $47. Bro, just shut. Bro, look. By the way, someone in the chat said, Sammy, but whatever went to zero. I go, bro, it's literally all over if it goes to zero. Who cares about the marketing fund? It's literally dead anyway. Right? You're like, oh, I could have got my $40 back. No, bro, it's called a donation for a reason. So this is just how life works, friends. There's literally, I know, we're all cool, man. There's 1,000 of us. Actually, more like there's 40,000 of us. Yeah. 43,700 are fine. There's just, you know, there's a couple of hundred. It's just like that 0.1%. We're like, man, you just, you know, you weren't popular at school or parties or even your neighborhood street, are you? Like, you're just not getting it. You're driving with society right here. There are things you just got to let slide. Yeah, so I don't know what, I also see it as a product of 5 Red Monthly Candles as well. And I'll be honest, I reckon, this is what I reckon, right? I reckon if pDAI went up to 3 cents and then he bought with the funds and then he sold it back at 1 cent, right? And then it went back to 5 cents. I bet no one would complain. I bet you if he lost money because the candles are going up. I guarantee, not almost, I will put all 2 of my nipples on the line here, okay? I bet you if the price went up and he lost money trading, then no one would even care because the price is pumping. But because it's deep red monthly candle, 1, 2, 3. You want to know what's interesting as well, friends? I just realized as well. pDAI does 3 red months before it goes up in a row. We've just had 3. But as well, let's be honest. Like, wow, you go up a bit. But how much, man? Like, okay, what, you're back up to 1 cent or something? Maybe like later on. Like, we were just there a few months ago. So it's, yeah, we have a bit of we got a bit of reality checky. So when it comes to these, now you know why we will continue to see riddles, whispers, and annoying hints instead of the verbal truth. The pDAI story continues. I have some interesting photos here. Look at this great Pikachu photo down here. Amazing artwork. Appreciate the Pikachu. Even the red rosy cheeks here. Very, very smiley out here. Is very, very great. Also, congratulations to the paint job on this door with these nice ridges. Oh, and it's carpet in here as well. Don't wear shoes. Also, we have this is Scam Long Dong on a Saturday night. Okay, Scamalina Long Dina. That's her name out here. Here we have, I love this Peter Griffin picture. I don't know what the context is of this. She's probably got her OnlyFans. It's just a pDAI sub story. Don't worry, it'll be okay. And then we have the third eye. This is amazing. The Apu Peppy coming out here. That's why we're going to hear these riddles and whispers. Like perfect example. Oh, you want to know why he doesn't tell us? Dude, we literally had a guy with a shitty $5,000 buy the dip, and by the way, make money, and already people want to legally do something. Oh, man. You know, if you can't deal with this risk of uncertainty, friends, this ain't the industry for you, man. It's crypto. Oh, that person said something. Get over it. Oh, look at that person's wallet actions. Get over it. You can't do anything anyway. You literally can't do anything. There's nothing you can do about it. It's one play. You're in, you're on the boat, you don't get off until you either literally end up at the bottom of the ocean drowned, or you end up on the island. There's nothing in between. There's some people like, oh, cool, there's nice waters here. Yeah, but bro, you're gonna, like, the waters aren't enough. You can't like live in the water there. You're gonna be there for a bit. That's the buying and swapping and trading and stuff out here. We also have some very, very, very non-family friendly content. Stay hard, bro. Get pegged out here. Thank you very much. Wasn't it supposed to be used for marketing? I don't know the details, but we saw Richard use these. Let me just show you, friends. Actually, I think now's a good time. Let me just show you the dip that Richard bought with $600 million. And what I've actually done for you, friends, is I just want to show you this. Look at this candle, okay? This is what it looked like when Richard bought the USDC DePegging. It was actually, hadn't even wicked yet. It was like all the way down here. He was literally buying it down here. See that? Because you can't see the future. You're like, oh my God. You want to buy that? You want to buy that? Reminds you of something though. Reminds you of when like it was just like bang, this thing was just down here. Reminds you exactly of that. And then, as well, by the way, he was just going off their word because they said, oh, we do have money in the account. You didn't know that. You don't know that. They could be saying because they're cashing out. You have no idea, man. There's like 30 or $40 billion in there to be wiped. What happens next, though? What happens next is it comes back. And then there you go. Interesting. Ain't easy, though, man. But yeah, friends, we're all going through this together. Don't know what's going to happen next. But go and check out, obviously, all this weekend, because Ethereum and everything's bonked, there's nothing we can do, man. It's all the same stuff. This is basically PulseChain core coins and all the prices here. You can play around if you want with the meme coins. And it just, there's nothing, you know what it is, man. It's just, there's nothing to do unless Ethereum and everything goes out. And I think they're not going out until like, maybe the market really is waiting for this QT things to stop. Maybe they really want an interest rate cut or something out here. Maybe they are tight. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe the interest rates weren't tight in 2023, but now they are tight because Jerome Powell is being turned into the enemy and stuff out here. This is PLS's price chart. Hopefully he does a little wank off and a return out here, but so far so good. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.